4 in 10 people believe in ghosts. Over a third of people believe intelligent life exists outside of Earth. 43% of people believe demons exist. There are unexplained phenomena happening daily around the globe, and we are here to talk about it. Your portal into UFOs, paranormal, cryptids, the supernatural, the mysterious, the unknown. I see you. This is Beyond the Radar, and this is your host, Humanoid Tom Conway.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Beyond the Radar, your paranormal news program. We are broadcasting live on the United Public Radio Network and the UFO Paranormal Radio Network, 105.3 on the Gulf Coast and 107.7 FM in New Orleans. Also on Facebook's, UPRN's Facebook and YouTube page, and Beyond the Radar's Facebook and YouTube page, as well as Roku TV. Hello, everybody out there watching on Roku TV. Let's see. Check out our archives there as well, or subscribe to Beyond the Radar's podcast on Spotify for past shows. And today we have a wonderful show for you. Oh, also, I forgot the text board. Hold on one second. Feel free to text us on our text board at 484-283-5328. We have a wonderful guest with us, Nicole Gaspard, who will be on and talking about her many, many talents and many, many gifts and many, many experiences. So I've known Nicole personally for a little while now, and you cannot find a better person in the paranormal extraterrestrial realm. She's someone who's very friendly, very nice, and always wants to help out and listen, and is a wonderful writer, author, and podcast host. And she just is there for everyone. She'll talk to anybody. She'll talk about their stories. She'll share hers with you, with them, with anybody, and whoever wants to talk about it. So so let me read a little bit about her before we get her on. Nicole Gaspard is a renowned psychic, a seer, and a medium, bringing her unique insights and experiences to the paranormal realm as the host of Nikki's Talk Show podcast. A dedicated member of the Warren Legacy Foundation for a couple years, Nicole has authored numerous books sharing her profound knowledge and captivating stories with the world. Her personal experiences with ghostly encounters include a spirit that once followed her home, add depth and authenticity to her work. Also, as a talented musician and down-to-earth individual, she connects deeply with her audience, offering a blend of authenticity and experience and expertise that makes her a trusted, beloved figure in the paranormal community. Nicole's adventures have taken her to iconic locations such as Alcatraz, the Winchester Mystery House, and the Queen Mary ship. She's even auditioned for America's Got Talent, showcasing her multifaceted talents to a wider audience. And without further ado, I'm going to bring on Nicole. Nicole, how are you doing? Great to talk to you on Beyond the Radar.
Hi, Tom. Thanks for having me.
Not a problem. Anytime you can hop on. You're a very good member of the paranormal community and also a loyal member of Beyond the Radar News, turning your sightings and experience and evidence over and, for our website. So thank you very much for that.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks.
Okay. So, Nicole, you and I, we've known each other. We've co-hosted podcasts together. We've talked extensively about all different, everything, from cryptid to alien to paranormal, demon,
Right.
you name it. So some of my questions might seem a little redundant, but, we're going to introduce you to the new audience down in the Gulf Coast of Mississippi, 105.3 FM and 107.7 FM in New Orleans. So, I know they're going to love you as much as everyone else has.
I hope so.
I'm sure they will. Okay, so first up, with all of your experience and stuff, what made you want to want to get into podcasting to discuss your paranormal stories?
Oh, that's a good question. I think mainly because to let others know that they're not alone in this, and I hope they can find the necessary help. That we have many more resources now, thankfully, that we can either talk to people that we know or online. There are some practice sites out there, like your site and everything, that I highly recommend. Try to seek out
Hmm.
help. I know that's the hard step is to seek out help. But that's the first process of healing, I think.
That's true. And we've talked about this before. Some individuals that come to you don't realize that they're dead, right?
Right,
So there needs to be some healing on their part as well, not just the family.
right. It's like we have to play the psychologist and the psychic community in ways that we can help them understand, process, and cross over.
You're very right about that. Um, so let's see here. I didn't know I haven't known that you went to all of those places in
But yeah, I've been around.
around California and around the excuse me, in the US. Um Give the audience your most memorable story from a place you visited.
Sure, so that's what prompted me to write one of my books, My Healthy Travels on California. And I believe that's out now with Manibus, Amazon, and Barnes& and Noble. So one of my favorite places would have to be the Queen Mary and Alcatraz. I had many experiences, especially on the Queen Mary, because I've been there throughout my life. And I like to say my grandparents used to work on this ship, I believe, while it was still in operation. And they worked in the engine room, and they would tell me stories about the ghost girl. The most popular specter there would be the ghost girl named Jackie. And, I haven't really seen her, personally, but I have whenever I
Hmm.
remote view. And I've heard, like, other people, you know, tell me about their experiences when I was there. Like, I had a tour guide, put me aside and, like, told me what happened to her one time. She said she got levitated and thrown across the room.
Wow.
Can you imagine that being levitated and just thrown like a rag doll? That would actually piss me off, that would piss me off. I'm like, how dare
You're right.
you touch me? How dare you? You know? I would be like, throw holy water and, you know, yeah, it's gonna be scary. It's gonna be scary 'cause you can't see, you really see what's, those unseen forces sometimes can be scary.
That's for sure. But yeah, picking up against your will and thrown around, that has to be up there with something that would irritate you. Well, it would scare you first of all. It would scare the hell out of you. And then, you would be irritated because you did not give permission for yourself to be touched in that way, right?
Now, I've been touched, I've been poked, I've been scratched, I've been punched, but I've
Oh,
never been
wow.
thrown yet.
Well, you just well, it wasn't even a week ago. You messaged me and said that you got poked in the middle of the night. Tell that story.
It actually happened second time this year. And it felt like there's something poked me in the back. Said, hey, are you awake? It's like someone's going, hey, are you awake? The type of feeling? Very lightly, not
Yeah.
too
So,
hard.
so was it like one finger or like a
Yeah,
hand
one
or
finger. One finger. It's like,
on your
yeah,
back or
one
your
finger.
leg or
Like, just on the middle of my torso, my back.
okay, so mid back.
You know.
Okay. That's fascinating. Yeah, see that would get me up
Why?
out of bed. I don't know how you
That's
just
why
went
I
back
hate.
to sleep.
I hate to sleep on that side now. I'm afraid of hitting my back again.
Was the area cold or was it just like a human tapped you? It just felt like a regular human.
It felt like someone in there, regular humans. Like I thought it was my mom. You know, I don't know. It
Yeah.
could be my mom because she's a heavy sleeper. And
And
Um,
that's an interesting thing as well, with you being a seer, right?
yeah,
Somebody who can see and communicate and read energy and all of that. For the individuals who are listening who don't know what that is or don't know what it's all about, can you list some of the pros and cons of being a psychic seer?
I'm sorry, you cut out. It's like a seer.
Yeah, so what are some of
Okay.
the pros and cons of being a psychic seer?
Well, mainly I think it allows you to see things that others really don't normally see.
Okay.
Like lately, I've been seeing spirit portals, and I see one in here and one in my other house, and I don't know how rad that is to see actually see spirit portals, and they're all different in their shapes and sizes.
Yeah, I
I'm
believe.
I'm tempted to walk through them. Maybe next time I'll try it. I'm just that curious type, you
Yes.
know. If a sign that
Yeah,
said
yeah,
don't
for
go there,
sure,
if
for
a sign that
sure.
said don't cross here, I'll cross there.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. Um,
there's a plus side, and
that's
you know, so mainly, I think because it allows you to see other things unworldly. I like to say, like some
yeah.
spirits will actually
Does
show
it
themselves.
ease does it feel good to you to know that there is another realm after death?
Oh yes, definitely. It makes you
It
feel
it would
comfortable, like
calm you down, right?
yeah. Because a lot of times when I hear NDE, you know, near death experiences, they like go through this dark tunnel or this void of black, this blackness. And like, I can imagine going through that like that. I've heard like going through that.
Yeah, I can't imagine that, I can't imagine that either.
Yeah,
It's a horrifying experience, right? You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's a horrifying experience, and anything we can use on our end to make it seem easier for a transition, I think we need to do that. Um, so one of your first things
right.
you put in your bio, right, was your involvement as a dedicated member of the Warren Legacy Foundation. Can you describe to the audience um, what is the Warren Family Foundation and what has it done to help you in your talents?
Yeah, it's funny. I like to say it because, you know, I left my husband back 2020. And I think he made those connections for me to actually be part of it. You know, how spirits can give you those signs and connections. So, okay, I take it as a sign for me to be with the Warren Foundation. So I'm such a major fan of the late Warrens, the Ed and Lorraine Warren, and you know, with Conjuring Universe, Annabelle, and
Mm-hmm.
everything. You know, no, if I think it's safe to say they're allowing me to work on some of the older cases as a remote viewer. So I find it quite interesting.
Okay, so it's helped you
And
develop your remote viewing too.
yeah, so they actually have a psychic group for help as psychics to practice on one another and help each other. You know, so we had crazy experiences, and as you know, I've told you some of mine. And
Yeah.
so the foundation was founded by, you know, Chris McKinnell. He's been on my podcast several times. I'm just glad that they're not tired of me yet. But he's a grandson of
Mhm.
Ed Lorraine, and him and Lorraine actually founded the foundation, carrying on the words of his grandparents. No, in that sense.
Okay.
And
Very
that's helped
interesting.
me to realize this psychic medium to be able to help others, right? So that's my main goal.
And look at this. Jenny's popped in, my Chasing Prophecy co-host, wonderful
Hey, Jenny.
person, who just got off her TikTok live, I guess, and always a good follow. Please Jen Love or Jenny Nicasio, Chasing Prophecy Radio. Give her a follow on TikTok because she is outstanding, and you will never be bored following Jenny. She always has some great stuff. But yeah, no, that's fascinating. And I was just wondering because the Warrens were more of an East Coast thing, right? And so
they're all over.
I know you're California.
Yeah, they have members. We have members all over the world, actually, not just by East. We're all over.
Yeah. No, that's fascinating. No, I'm happy. Oh, look at this. A question from Renee Riemann. Do you see orbs also?
Yes, I do.
Great question, Renee.
I see orbs and energy. Kind of weird, but I do.
Orbs and energy. Can you explain the difference then between the two?
I think so because the orbs have more of a distinctive like pattern than energy would, and they also would have can manipulate electronics. I've seen it in action and investigation. And so you know it's an orb if you just not only see it with your own eyes but through the lens, through the camera. And
Okay.
so that's the difference. And they also may have different shapes and colors as well. Like our auras. Our own auras have different colors. From what
Do
the
the
only
different
part
colors
is
mean
weird,
different
we
things?
see I believe so. Like if you have like from here I can tell you have a red bright aura, that means you're in healthy, you're happy with your life, right? That's how I produce the readings. I see the auras. And the other auras is like if they're more dim, more darker, that means that person is close to death or dying. Or sick, very sick.
Really?
Yeah.
So like their life force isn't as bright as others.
Right. And I've been told mine is real bright, like the lighthouse, like the beacon and the afterlife, like the lighthouse, you know? It's like, okay, that makes sense. Even Chris says that and he also say, you know, but yeah. I like really yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's fascinating stuff that you have there. Let me go on to this. Um, so in your profile, you specifically named one story, which was a ghost that followed you home, right?
Right.
So, what made you decide to add that ghost encounter into your bio, and what made that one different than your other experiences?
Yeah, it's funny to have a ghost or spirit follow you is one thing, but to keep messing with you and getting an EVP is another, right? So
Mm-hmm.
then very easily I told my girlfriend Kimberly, take Cammy on when he was in the shadow. That we used to ghost hunt a lot. Um so that evening we were running our spirit box 7s. You know, it's a
Yeah.
box radio where, you know, has different frequencies and white noise. I like to call it white noise. So you hear the spirits come through the
Yeah. No, I
radio.
got
And so I said, okay, so someone's messing with my hair all day. And we called this the jealous girlfriend EVP because we heard a
you.
female ghost say, "Stop it, Frank."
That's what it
It's like,
said.
please, say, stop it, Frank. Yep. We yeah, anything else but that. Now that's
Mhm.
impressive just to get that much on a box alone and just to have like a female spirit say, "Stop it, Frank."
Yeah. Very interesting. Very, very good.
She's a little
So
bit.
I think we originally bonded a little bit over paranormal or more ghost encounters because at that time when we met, I was doing the paranormal investigations apart with Free Spirit Paranormal Society, and
Uh,
um, you know w- everything from EVP, and we don't count orbs, and that's not to say like all orbs are fake or anything like that. I'm just saying,
right.
as a
They can be
society,
easily
we didn't
debunked.
count
Yeah.
that. Exactly. So if we don't do any, every evidence we do bring is not like an orb. And
Right.
everybody left their equipment. Like, so say you had a vape pen or you smoke cigarettes or anything, you didn't do that anywhere on the property. You left it in the car, just because a lot of times you'll get the mists. You'll get mists. You'll get
And
like
I've seen them.
smoke, really faint smoke, or haze, or something like that. And you'll get that stuff. And if you don't have your vape literally on you, that's a way to debunk it.
Right.
Also, how you mentioned EVPs, we would do EVPs as a group, and we had a method. So what we did was, say we were going to do an EVP, Nicole, and we're like, okay, let's go to the master bedroom, right? We're going to go there.
Mm.
So we go to the master bedroom. We stand in a circle. We have our debunk method where, let's say, or a small cough comes up. I would be like, all right, oh, sorry, Tom 621. That way it was time stamped everywhere.
Right.
It was time stamped everywhere, and everybody knew that sound was me. Or it could be a shuffle, it could be a stomp. So we had that before we got in there. When you get in, you're in a circle. One person talks, just one person. You know what I mean? And they ask their questions. They talk about what they, who is anyone here? The basic stuff that you start off with. And when you get
Right.
that, we all have our EVPs going, and we're all in a circle. And to be in the paranormal society, you need the same equipment as everyone else. That way, you don't have a more powerful one. I have like a $10 Amazon one, and you have like a $150 one. You know what I mean? We all have the same
Yeah.
equipment. So, and you wouldn't believe how many times people pick up an EVP on 2 of the 5 or 3 of the 5, and then the other 2 don't have anything. And that in itself is paranormal, because explain to me how the same equipment in the same area, 2 people, 3 people, 4 people pick something up and someone else didn't. It was just, it was fascinating how often that happens, because every EVP we got, it wasn't a class 1. It wasn't the full sentences or things like that. It could be a sound, a breath, a moan, you name it. But when that did happen and you did catch one and you went back and reviewed it, we all did reviews. We all reviewed our equipment, and we all submitted we had a template of like how we do our reports. We all did the same thing. And when you documented it, you would see, and only then would you see other people's stuff. And that's
Right.
when you would collaborate on everything, because I do this, even though you're with a group, I don't want to be talking to Nicole and see like, what did you get? You know what I mean? Just for the fact of, you want to save it for the actual turnover of the evidence.
Right.
And, EVPs, man, they're tried and true. I got to tell you, Nicole, they're some of the most fascinating evidences that can be collected.
That's true. Sometimes the way I like to do EVP is I'll sit down and record it like on a piano or like on a table, and I'll leave the room. I'll say, okay, this platform is for you, and we'll come back to see what we did. A lot of times that works. I don't know why, but one time I did it here, I let it record it on a piano, and we heard a single note playing.
Really? See, now that takes energy. That takes more energy to me, I would think, than a voice, because it has to physically interact with the string in the piano to make that sound, correct?
Right. Right. And we think because it has a certain frequency or something. And we getting EVPs, I think it depends on the person's energy and not like on the equipment they have. I think their spirit should feel comfortable with other people, and some people, you know what I mean? Like some spirits may feel comfortable talking with giants than with girls, or vice versa.
Yeah, you're exactly right. We do carry a lot um into our we do carry a lot into the afterlife, right? And I've met with a lot
Right.
of people, wonderful people, who say, you do carry some characteristics into the next life, depending on which
Oh yeah.
frequency, I'm sorry, which dimensional plane of heaven you go to. And if you don't believe that, then that's totally fine. Everybody can believe what they want. I do believe in the dimensional aspect of it. But they say, the lowest level of heaven would be the fifth dimension, right? So you can carry over some things, and then as your soul graduates and gets higher and higher in dimensional planes, that's when you start to become more divine and lose some of those characteristics, right?
Right. Yeah, I think so. I think we're in the third dimension here. So I think there's 8
Yes,
or
we are.
more in the dimension. It could be more than 8 for now.
Yeah, no, I think, well, if the universe is constantly expanding, who's
Right.
to say it can't keep growing in dimensional spaces? You know what I mean? Um, and I do believe as I was on with Nerd Informer podcast. I actually told them to reach out to you too. So they're wonderful people over there. The two guys,
Okay, great.
Nerd
Thanks.
Informer. They talk about the same stuff we talk about. Um, I was theorizing to them that in our dimension, in our plane of existence, right here, right, the third dimension, we have a
Right.
set of laws which, like I can't go underwater and breathe air. We have to live by the laws that govern our dimension.
Yeah.
um and then as you get higher, most likely you've unlocked secrets of the universe, such as universal love. And why they come back here is to help us. They may look at us as children in a universal scale.
True.
You know what I mean? Instead of me having my own child and I don't care about anyone else's, they look at every human as a version of their child because maybe we were on that plane. We're just not there yet. So part of as you unlock new dimensions, you unlock new laws. And for theirs, universal love, maybe that's why they don't come back here and destroy us. Maybe that's why they don't come back here and interfere. What they do interfere with is us hurting ourselves.
Right.
And when you hear about this, and let me ask you this, Nicole, all of the stories that we've talked about and heard and discussed, when we hear like UFO stories and alien stories and people who get upset, they don't hurt humans. If anything that they've done was just a neutralizing, right? It made them numb, or they couldn't move, or they were paralyzed or whatever. Which, yes, is scary, but it didn't
Right.
hurt them. You know what I mean? It just neutralized them. So I think as you get into higher dimensional planes, the game you're playing changes. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that, like I think I said it before, that UFOs or even the aliens, or the creatures have been here before we have. But we're just now seeing them because of the technology that we have with our phones and everything. We're able to sometimes catch them on film with our camera. Who would know in 20 years from now we can do that? I would never dream that. you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. Some believe our vibration is higher. We're getting close to evolving as a species. Now we're a very
Right.
base species. You know what I mean? We still have to do, the eating, the drinking, sex,
We're still
procreation,
learning.
all that kind of stuff. Yeah, we still have to do all of those things, but some believe we are getting higher, and that could also be why more and more of them are turning out or seeing,
right.
because like attracts like, right?
Right.
So if you attract, if you're getting up there, maybe you're in the spectrum now that you can visually see them. But yes, absolutely, technology is a
Yeah,
big
I thought
part of
about
it.
that too. And just
You did?
recently
Oh,
I
good.
just met my spirit guys. I met a couple of my spirit guys. Even though they scared me half to death, I don't think they meant to scare me. But now I realize they're spirit guys.
So a spirit guy. Okay, so are they humanoid? Are they energy? Are they light? How do you know? What do they look
I've
like to
heard
you, I
them.
should say?
I haven't really seen them, but I've heard them. Like that
Okay.
one time I heard that one alien buzz. That's another story. But
Yeah.
yeah, I
That
just
that
hear, mostly I hear them once in a great while. I think my under part of my senses open up and I'll see them. Like one time when I was seeing the spirit portal, a
yeah.
second later, believe it or not, I saw a horrific demonic face in my mind.
Really? Do you think it was
Flash
trying to
real
trick you?
quick. I think so, yeah. I'm like,
Well,
not today.
yeah, that's awful. Yeah, I know you would never forget what that looked like either, you know?
No, it looked like his face was on fire, really.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know how to
scary.
explain.
Um, but yeah, go ahead and tell the audience that bug story, and then we'll take a break right after that.
But you know how I have to walk, our driveway is a long driveway, and I have to walk to the end of the driveway, and then I have quite a few experiences from there, even. So I haven't experienced that bug, and I'm like, that's the weird bug, and I'm not afraid of bugs. I don't care where they are. I usually don't look at bugs, to be honest, because I don't like them. But this one in particular reminded me of a deranged what did I say? Black spider, black widow, a
Okay, yeah.
deranged black widow, because really spiders have what, 8 legs, right? 8
Yes.
legs. This one had 4 metallic legs. It's too little to be a beetle, and it's too big to be a beetle. I don't know.
But also the feeling. What feeling did you get from looking at it?
And it's had an odd feeling and like intimidating and fearful. It's like, and then all of a sudden, I heard a voice say, "You better run."
Yeah.
I'm
That's
like,
all I would need.
okay, I'm out of here. I don't normally run when in those time situations. You have to trust your instincts, and I'm learning the hard way to trust mine.
Yeah, that's a good
Believe it or
point.
not.
All right, let's hop into a break and we'll come back and check the text board and continue with Nicole Gaspard. So we'll see everyone in a couple minutes.
4 in 10 people believe in ghosts. Over a third of people believe intelligent life exists outside of Earth. 43% of you believe demons exist. We invite you to Beyond the Radar, your paranormal news show. If it's unexplained phenomena happening daily around the globe, we're talking about it. Exploring the unexplained, challenging the conventional, and diving deep into the shadows that lurk just beyond our perception. Come join the transmission on the United Public Radio Network. Once you come, you'll never be the same.
Meet Daniel Knight, a psychologist with an extraordinary gift to absorb and heal the deepest wounds of the mind. In the heart of a chilling investigation, every secret unraveled binds him closer to darkness. But as he delves into the psyche of a killer, his own demons emerge. Caught in a battle within and against an evil that seeks to exploit his powers, where the line between savior and victim blurs. Dare to heal the wounds of the mind. Healer. Read it today.
Do you want to reach millions with your product or service? Are you looking to connect with a diverse, intelligent, and engaged audience? Then look no further. Beyond the Radar radio show is your golden ticket to achieving just that. Our listeners are curious, open-minded, and always eager to learn. They value quality, authenticity, and innovation, just like your brand. With Beyond the Radar, your advertisement will be heard by millions of dedicated listeners. Our show covers a wide range of topics, attracting a diverse audience that could be your next loyal customers. So why wait? Take your brand to Beyond the Radar and into the hearts and minds of millions. Advertise with us. Let's explore the extraordinary together. Beyond the Radar radio show, where your brand meets a world of curious minds. Contact us today for advertising opportunities at www.beyondtheradarnews.com and fill out our contact form. We hope to talk to you soon.
Samantha survives a tragic accident thanks to Lucian, an enigmatic being. Her newfound abilities catch the attention of a secretive government agency. Drawn to Lucian despite the danger, Samantha is unaware of his true identity. She teams up with Lucian's brothers in a daring mission to rescue him. Accused unfairly, Lucian seeks refuge on his distant homeworld. Can Samantha prove Lucian's innocence and save their forbidden love? From the Sky by J.E. Nicasio. Available now. Get your copy on Amazon and BNN.
Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered what lies beyond? Have you ever felt a sense of curiosity about mysterious lights darting across the sky? If so, my UFO 101 Unveiling the Unknown course is just for you. This course is a comprehensive introduction into the fascinating world of unidentified flying objects and extraterrestrial life. It is designed for beginners, so no prior knowledge is required. I am your instructor, Tom. I am an author, podcast host, and seasoned researcher in the field ready to debunk common myths and misconceptions. So are you ready to embark on an exciting journey to unravel the secrets of the universe? Join us at UFO 101 Unveiling the Unknown, and let's explore the unknown together. Don't let this free opportunity fly away. Enroll now and start your journey into the intriguing world of UFOs and extraterrestrial life.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to
I
Beyond
say,
the
oh my
Radar.
gosh, Tom.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still around. So yeah, no. Let's check the text board, everyone. Let's check the text board and see what we have going on. If you have any
Oh,
questions, feel free to message us
would you
at
like to
484.
Oh, sorry. Would you like to hear one of my Queen Mary experiences? I can share that.
Absolutely. Let me just so 484-283-5328 is our text board. And go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just remember one of our last tour I took was towards the evening, and we practically had a whole tour to ourselves, my late husband and I, and the tour guide. There's two tour guides, and the one was in training. But anyway, um, we were getting towards the engine room, and that's where I seen the shadow person go right past the tour guide.
Ooh, shadow person.
Real
That's scary.
And then I didn't say anything, and he was still talking. I didn't want to be rude and interrupt him, so I just kept it to myself. Well, I'm sure he used to that sort of thing. But so I shared it experience with the local ghost hunter here, and they caught it too there. But I knew I was seeing something.
Fascinating. Yeah, shadow people are definitely well, one, they're intimidating, and two, they're quite horrifying to see. So
They're so quick. It's like, yeah, you just look at you and just see what. They're that
well, that's
quick.
most of paranormal experiences. They're within a second or two and they're over. You know? It's
Yeah,
not like in the films or anything where you see a prolonged no, it's not like that. It's very, very quick all the time.
and one of my other crazy experiences there, where we have to go through the both haunted rooms, where you actually book the rooms to stay overnight if you're there, I wouldn't mind staying overnight. That'd be kind of cool. But one of the rooms, I think it's B340, is the most haunted rooms there, and they have two or three, not just one haunted room. We have to go down this I call it this creepy elevator ride. It's one elevator. And at the time, it was Halloween. And I tell you, that's the worst time to go there on Halloween. Because, it's funny, because they're doing that Dark Harbor thing. I don't know if you heard about that, the Dark Harbor maze or whatever. And they asked us
Yeah,
if
no.
we wanted to go through there. I'm like, no, I'm fine right here. I can hear all the screams from here. I'm fine. I don't
Yeah.
like going
They
through dark
didn't know.
spaces that have them jump out at you. I'm like, no, I think I don't want to die yet. I'm here. I'm gonna stay here. So we went past
Fair.
that,
Yeah.
and then we went through that room. It took a while to get toward that room. We went toward the bottom and down the ship. And
Yeah.
It's so weird. I got the weirdest feeling that like being watched, and I felt like goosebumps was all over me. I'm like, I told the guy to get their equipment. Sure enough, the meter was going off around me, so I knew I was feeling something.
Yeah, I believe you with that one. It's a very very haunted place. So our moving to this, our viewers want to have a couple questions for you.
So,
This is from Ridley in Florida. Do you have any books in the works?
yep, I got 19 now, working on 20. So the last one is the Portal Seer, which I got inspired by doing that one because I have to see portals, and that's why I got inspiration for that one. And it's like my first one of my first horror fiction, and I love horror. There's some truth to it, and then there's like a twist a little bit, so that's why I like horror fiction.
Okay, very good. The next
Yeah,
one's from
Amazon and
Patty.
Barnes Noble.
There you go. Amazon. Yes, yes. Amazon and Barnes and Noble for
It's
Nicole Gaspard's books. Patty in New Orleans. New Orleans representing 107.7 FM. How do you know someone you see is dead?
that's a good question. Usually, I see them like I see you, only they're more transparent or see-through if I see
Okay.
them in their solid form apparition. And not just shadow people when they fully develop. I think it depends on the energy of the spirit and you. It depends on how much energy they have. They can fully show themselves to you. I think it depends also on your abilities. I think in my case also because I'm a seer, I just see them more fully sometimes, which I read a lot, but yeah.
Gotcha
But
with that.
actually,
So basic. Go
go ahead.
ahead.
I was going to say lately it's been kind of quiet. I wrote my last post. It's been too quiet. I wonder what they're thinking.
Oh, that's not good. You don't want it too quiet. Um, but so basically, it's like if they're the more filled they are, I guess the higher the vibrational spirit is.
Right. I think so.
And then, so the ones that are less translucent, the ones that still look, pretty full, would you say are, those are more powerful spirits?
I think so because I've actually seen spirits without their bodies. I seen a head, headless specter head one time in the graveyard, and I'm like, the heck was that? So I was just
Yeah.
starting out. I was just starting out. So I was starting. I'm like, and everybody like, what's wrong with her? I'm like, do you guys see?
Yeah.
No, that's crazy. That's when I first started seeing the shadow people too. Was in the graveyard. Like, which I highly not recommend
Yeah.
if you're starting out.
Yeah. You want to go easy at first. All right. And our last one is Brian in Tennessee, who wants to know, what is it like to remote view?
I was quite fascinating because you can be at your own house in your safe space at the same time while you can remote view anywhere in the world or time, space, or person or event. Which
Okay. So
strangely enough, I haven't.
what do you do to remote view? How do you get into it?
Mainly, I started out with missing person cases or missing pets. People to come to me and say, "You find, just to see what happened," and or you can join groups. Like the board have psychic group, and they have their whole cases, like people have been kidnapped or murdered possibly, and we will help them with their cases sometimes.
Fascinating. That's
Or I
wonderful.
main thing I how I do it is main thing is through my own mind now because I trained myself to do that. I don't need have to have any tools or mediums. just with my own mind. But you can train yourself by using mirrors or even like crystal balls.
I
Like
see.
even water, the bowl, water, my favorite.
Yeah, drawing from that energy. Um, I have a question. Why is it harder to communicate with some members of the dead versus others?
I think it depends on the energy and the spirits or their intelligence. Sometimes it's haunting can be rational, right? Or it can be intelligent, and depending on the area as well, I think, and the haunting, I believe.
Gotcha.
Hopefully that
Gotcha.
answers.
So I'm gonna pivot here a little bit. We're doing the Summer of Species with UFOs and aliens, and this week I was going to do Palladians. Are you familiar with them, or they're also called Nordic aliens?
No, I haven't really heard of him. Not yet.
Okay, so Nordic aliens, or Palladians, are the kinds that you see that are almost look like Scandinavian people. You know what I mean? They're taller than regular humans. They're about 7 to 8 feet tall, long blonde hair, more divine, regal. Almost like a royalty of the universe. Um, but they are from the Pleiades star cluster, which is in the Taurus constellation. So, if you were to go back to Greek mythology, Zeus, Ares, and Poseidon have had affairs with the seven heavenly sisters of that and bore children with them. So they do look like humans. They're not grays. They're not anything like that. But they appear, um, 6 to 8 feet tall, very fair skinned, very light. And do you remember the movie The Day the Earth Stood Still?
Yeah, I think I've seen it once.
The aliens in that movie were supposed to be Palladians.
Huh.
Yeah. So I didn't know if you had any interactions, but for
Now that
remote
you
viewing,
mention,
maybe try to set your sights for the Taurus constellation and the Pleiades star and see what you can find out for us. How about that?
definitely, that's a good idea. Because now that you mention it, I think I've actually seen one.
Really?
And
So
that's
tell me about
actually
that.
my former workplace. And this guy,
Yeah,
he was
tell me about it.
really tall, and it's like, he looked like he's dressed all in white, and he had curly blonde hair, and
Mm-hmm.
he had pale face. And if I saw him for a split second, because I was out working, I didn't really, have time to see what's over there. But man, it kind of haunted me for years. I didn't really know what he was. He was a guardian or he was an alien or what. I've had many UFO sightings too when I was working, because I was outside. I did not just grocery clerk. We have to go outside sometimes. But yeah,
Yeah. So in terms of like responsibilities and things like that, according to cosmic law and the universal law, um, I had another psychic tell me that our Akashic records are guarded by a Palladian. So they're pretty trusted when it comes to responsibilities. And I'm going to read a
right.
little bit of this passage that I found about their belief system. Palladians follow cosmic law, order of one. They are a spiritually advanced race that uses 100% of their brain capacity. They are egoless beings who have identified or unified their heart and mind into one for the betterment of all of universal kind. Um, they believe that all intelligent life has a DNA, RNA code, and we all share a common ancestry. We are all particles of the cosmos and its infinitesimal and grand state. They practice a unified field of trust, truth, and unconditional love, which reaches out to interact with every particle in the universal fabric, space, and time. Palladians, as well as other star nations, Know that the soul is a living library, and all we have to do is pull our book off the shelf and turn to the pages when we want to find the answers that we seek. The living library of Akasha, which was built by the energy of the One, therefore it was structured by all. Every soul has its own recorder and stores its information in the library. I thought that was fantastic.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, it would
Have
be
you ever
surprising.
heard of anything like that in terms of your psychic past and the Akashic record?
Yeah, I've heard about it. In fact, I've written a little bit about it in my previous books.
Really? What did you write about it?
Well, because I was trying to remote view them, and I really couldn't see much because I was starting out. But now I think I'm gonna try it again pretty soon. See what else I can find.
So apparently their genetic code is still on Earth. They have seeded with humans on Earth in the past, among other ones as well. But they're telepaths. They talk mind to mind without verbal speaking, and their craft command centers use biological supercomputers, and ships are equipped to travel through space and time funnels in the inner space continuum. And Palladian master teachers are able to teleport themselves either singularly or in a group Merkaba vehicles and enter space portals to travel to other sections of the universe. So it sounds like these guys are pretty well-known travelers. I would say probably masters. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fair. Probably masters of the universal travel. And they probably are the ones that started the map of universal travel and wormholes and things like
probably.
that in the continuum to that other people have have used as well. It's almost like, you know how we were talking earlier about humans, getting up there and evolving um to reach higher dimensions. It seems like they are one of the tracks that we would be on if we continued this, don't you think?
I believe so. And one of my spirit guides actually, she gave me a really good tip of remote viewing. And the thing is to look through your third eye, which is between your forehead right here, and that color in the chakra is blue. So that way you can focus on that point and just expand out more. That's how I try to do it now for remote view.
So when you're in that remote viewing, do you close your eyes and you see it in your mind, or do you open your eyes and you see it around you?
I can do it both ways, but I preferably close my eyes.
You prefer which? I'm sorry.
Get one of my eyes closed.
Okay. So yeah, now in terms of seeing, are you able to feel too?
I can feel fear in all the senses, and yeah,
Mhm.
depending on the connection, like I do my psychic reading.
So that's interesting. So not
Yeah,
only do visions come, but also emotions, energy, and sounds too?
sight, sounds, touch, smell. You just taste, blood, and you sense murder. And I would taste blood, which I like. I don't like the work of cold tastes because of that. I don't like the way the blood tastes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um have you guys ever gotten a cold case correct? Like you knew where they were?
they said I've got few hits, you know, few hits. So I'm like, oh, cool. I'm glad to help. No, it makes you feel good. It makes you want to help out more.
Yeah, no, I think that's fascinating, and it's a way to use a spiritual, you know, energy gift that you have or skill in a concrete way here on earth. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times it might
Right.
be a struggle to find how can I use that to help people here. Well, that is a way to do it.
Right. If I can't be there in person, I can at least try remotely. Or if I can't help you but remotely, then I would suggest someone who can,
I
that
see.
can travel.
So All right. If there's any cases around me that happened, I'm going to reach out to you and see if you can
Sure, you got my
find, and I
email,
will.
so
Well, yeah, I got your email and all of that. So last question here. Out of all of your books, you're a very talented author. What's your favorite?
I would say my last two, because I was sharing more about my remote viewing experiences and how I was like learned how to develop my psychic abilities to help others. Yeah, my Psychic Seer book, and I think the Portal Seer. I think the title sometimes.
Well, you have enough. You have a lot, so I'm sure it's hard to remember all of them.
And the first one actually, because one where I got to which is kind of end up still haunts me to this day when I got lost in the forest. I know I told you, and that I got lost in the forest one time, and I feel that's where I got possibly got abducted by aliens, UFOs.
You had
I
missing
don't
time,
remember
right?
missing time. And so I don't remember where I got from point A to point B, right? And so I did a
Yeah.
past life UFO regression, and we found some missing pieces there. And from what I called from the regression was that I kept saying blue beans, because they look like blue beans. They remind me of Avatar, blue beans.
Mm.
They're blue. That's why I told them blue beans. But I
Well,
think they were interested in me because of my abilities, not that I can reproduce babies, but mainly because I have ability. I think that's why I attract
yeah,
them as well as the spirit world. So, you know.
very well could be. Nicole, it's a pleasure. You always have an invite on here.
Oh, thank you.
Keep collecting your evidence. Keep collecting your
I'll
evidence.
try.
Keep sending it in, and we'll go over some here next time. But the time is yours right now. I want you to promote your books, your podcast, everything, and let everybody know where they can find you.
Yeah, my books is fine on Amazon sites and Barnes and Nobles. Is where you probably find your books. And thank you guys for my podcast is Nikki's Talk Show podcast. I know I changed that a lot, but hopefully you guys love me. But and I'm part of the War Lakes Foundation and more books. Yeah, and hopefully
Wonderful.
I'm ready to number 20 right now. Trying to, but it's not so hot.
Absolutely. And definitely when you see this recording on our Facebook and YouTube page, go ahead and put a link to your stuff, okay?
Definitely. Thank you for having
Yeah.
me.
Thank you. And we have been broadcasting live on the United Public Radio Network and the UFO Paranormal Radio Network, 105.3 on the Gulf Coast and 107.7 FM in New Orleans. We've also been airing live on Roku TV. You can catch the archive there or subscribe to Beyond the Radar's podcast on Spotify for past shows. Thank you all for tuning in, commenting, texting. We will see you all next week. Everyone have a great weekend. Stay safe and have a wonderful time and stay weird, everyone. Bye.
Bye.